And now the Extraordinary Lives Foundation launched its Feelings First campaign this month, shining a spotlight on children's emotional health. I'm joined now by Mara James, founder of this nonprofit, to talk about some of the local schools also that are being helped out here. We know emotional well-being is so important as parents. We see it in our kids. Sometimes it can be tough. So Mara, I'm glad you're here to talk about this. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And now the Feelings First campaign. Tell us what this is and how it helps kids.
Yep, so it starts with September is Children's Emotional Wellness Month. We started talking about mental health, but with parents, like you know, of younger kids. No one wants to talk about mental health. So we speak about emotional wellness. Okay. And we do it in September because it's the beginning of the year, back to school. Parents, children are all having some anxiety about it. So we have a CHEW program, Children's Emotional Wellness program, and we give it to teachers and they share it with their students and with parents to really help the children identify their emotions, manage them, whether it's Piggy Bear's deep belly breathing, self-hug for self-love. We teach them that all emotions are okay and important, and they can even have more than one at the same time. They can be excited and sad or sad.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So as far as, you know, these kits that you've been able to send out, look at this. These are great pictures. Is that you right there in the middle of the class?
I am amazing. Yeah.
I love it. So you've been able to help out local schools in Escondido and Bonita, is that right? What have you been able to provide for them? Tell us about the Piggy.
Yeah, so Piggy Bear, he provides emotional support, and it comes with the Piggy Bear Happy Packs come with the Power of Piggy Bear bilingual book. Nice. And again, it teaches children how to identify emotions, do self-calming skills, teaches them that they're amazing just as they are, because they don't always hear how great they are.
Yeah.
So, and we donate those to children in the hospital, foster kids, homeless family, anyone, you know, going through life transition, anyone that needs extra TLC.
Right.
So we have the packs that are individual for the children, and then the ones for the classroom that the entire class gets to share throughout the year.
I noticed I have a 6-year-old. We were talking about this during commercial break. Yeah. And in her class, they have like a calm corner.
Beautiful.
So if someone's having a really tough time, they'll, you know, have them in the calm corner, kind of some, you know, softer things to hold on to and just take a moment. Tell us, is that part of ways to help out your child?
Yeah, absolutely. So with our program, what we will give, and I'll give this for your child's classroom, you know, they get the plush so they can cuddle in the corner. There's a squeezy toy, power cards that help empower them emotionally or physically. So that's definitely for the calming corner. And then there's also the program where there's different, you know, songs, there's different types of teachings that help the children.
Oh, I'm so glad this exists now and people are more aware of it. Because as kids, I, you know, grew up in the 80s. None of this was, I didn't know what my emotions were. I didn't know how to name them and what to do about them. But kids now can say, I'm upset, I'm sad, here's why. I mean, it's really beautiful to see that evolution. Tell me why that's so important for them to recognize what they're going through or what they're feeling.
And you're so lucky because my children are 24, 26, and 30. And I didn't learn emotions, so I didn't teach them. And of course, you know, guilt and hindsight's 20/20. So you're lucky that you have that and you can learn. But it's so important because I feel that emotional challenges can escalate to mental health challenges. And it's so important, you know, that early discovery really to help that.
To help prevent it from getting harder.
Harder and harder, right? I mean, there's some things that, you know, if there's a chemical imbalance, there's definitely, you know, there's only so much we can do. But, you know, having them feel like they're not alone and that they have guidance through their challenges.
For a lot of parents that might be watching right now, any advice you can provide them? I know it's not only hard to watch your kid go through these tough feelings and, you know, meltdowns are pretty common, especially among young children.
Right.
What should a parent do? Is there anything we can kind of take away from this?
I love that question. Number one, our oxygen mask on first. And their emotions are theirs, and do not feel them for them. We can hold space for them, we can be compassionate, but do not feel them. I'm working on that now as my daughter's going through some of her relationship issues. So really putting our oxygen mask on first. And if a child's going through something and it's triggering us, analyzing what's going on. Because I really feel that children are here to change the world, and it starts with us as parents.
Yeah.
You know?
And these emotions they have are gifts, right?
Absolutely, yes. I mean, all the kids that are being diagnosed, 2 out of 3 of mine are, it's trying to put the square peg in a round hole, and it doesn't work because these kids are so gifted. They feel things on like the sixth sense that we just don't understand.
Like our energy, they'll hold on to
absolutely.
that.
They feel it, and they don't even realize. And then sometimes they'll have emotions that they don't realize. We had a client 6 years old, and she wouldn't let her parents hug her. The parents were mortified, and she spoke to one of our healers, and she said that your daughter feels your emotions, and it's too much for her little body. So then the parents understood, so they're not hurt. You know, because so much. Another big piece of advice is do not let our egos get hurt. You know, we're always worried what others are saying. We're so judgmental. So really putting our egos in check and just providing unconditional love.
Thank you very much. Mary, I could talk to you about this forever. Sorry, we're out of time. Is there a quick website you can tell us?
Yes, www.elfempowers.org.
Beautiful. Thank you for your time. We'll be right back.